Well, let's get into it, I guess.
All my lost boys. Locked in a cage. Who am I supposed to play with?
Alien Earth, Episode 8, The Real Monsters. And no, it's not like the cartoon from the 90s, Real Monsters. I actually kind of wish it was, now that I've seen it. I don't know where I'm going to fully go with this. I think it's going to be a quick review. There's not a lot to say here. I'm kind of disappointed with how things ended. I am going to make a larger full series review to hopefully have out later this week or early next week, because I think it's necessary to talk about this series as a whole. But as far as this episode, I just have a couple notes. Let's go through the notes, and then I have two fun sections of things that were in the series we never received any resolution on, and things that were shoehorned in the last episode that as far as I can tell, appeared out of nowhere, as if they were dropped in out of a helicopter. So, as far as this episode, we feel like Morrow coming into it is going to have some huge storyline about how he's going to take down Prodigy. And at one point in the episode, he even says he's going to burn the facility to the ground. Well, no. He dives right into a fight with Kirsch, and they get into a brawl, which is actually probably the highlight of the episode, but they both immediately incapacitate each other. And his big storyline of burning down Prodigy, I don't know what it amounted to. We still don't even understand his motivations. We don't understand why he cares so much. Why is he mad at Prodigy? I mean, he's mad at Boy Cavalier for crashing his ship. You mean the ship that was already compromised? The ship that was already ruined your life? So we don't really understand. Is it his programming? Is it some other allegiance he has to Miss Yutani? We don't understand, and we don't find out. There's a lot of threads they left that it seems they are ambitious. They're going to get a season 2. I don't know if that's the case. We'll find out. But the Synths finally rise up. They have, over the last couple episodes, been starting to realize that they're being used as science experiments, and at one point in this episode they're referred to as floor models to sell this product to the masses. So they don't like that. They finally realize that they can basically control the entire facility, and a good portion of this episode is them haunting the facility, playing hide and seek and doing other things that some of the people deserve torment and some don't. And I don't entirely understand what that was about. This episode is very alien-light. The beginning shows the alien a little bit, and then it massacres most of the people on the island, and all we see are trails of blood and hear screams, but we don't actually see anything happen. The few bits of it attacking are in daylight, so it's not that exciting or interesting. The key to the first movie, and the second movie also, but the first movie especially, is that this thing was exciting. It was hiding in different shadows. You didn't know where it was. You didn't really see it. Here you see it a lot. And especially in a TV show where the CGI budget is not that high. There's one scene where it comes out and is menacing over Dame Sylvia, and it just looks bad. And I don't know what else to say. At this point, we also find out that Boy Cavalier not only has ADHD and has medicine for it that he's toying with but not actually taking. Apparently he's been taking that this entire time, or not. We don't know. This is the last episode, and that's the first we're hearing of it. But he also apparently killed his dad. Doesn't really matter. Who cares? What does that matter at this point? We know he's evil. We know he's the antagonist. We know he's the reason for most of the ills here. So I don't understand why at this point any of that matters. Why does Smee tie up Kirsch when the synths rise up and start taking over the facility? Wendy sends each of them on little missions. Slightly and Smee end up in the lab, and they tie up both Kirsch and Morrow. I don't understand why they tie up Kirsch. He's already incapacitated. He's never really been antagonistic towards them. Maybe they feel that he's still under control of Boy Cavalier, but Kirsch was already being antagonistic towards Boy Cavalier and running his own experiments and stuff. So that's another thing that we never really got any resolution for. So 10 minutes left in the show, and we're still killing minor characters. They have the Colonial Marine I guess, security team that's been on the island. It's the red-haired lady and the guy that seems to be friends with the brother, and they've been kind of walking around, and all of a sudden, from last episode where she's like, how dare you want to leave this island, that's going AWOL, and yeah, it's horrible. Now she's all like, I'm terrified, I want to get out of here, this is horrible, I didn't sign up for this. So you know she's going to die, and that plant alien from the first episode finally comes out and does something. But it's pointless. She wanders into a corner, and then it's above her, and then, of course, the trope of when she's being killed, she has to shoot her gun and kill half of her team, if not 3/4 of it, because the only one left is the man that we saw before, the other soldier that's friends with the brother, Hermit, and there's no resolution to that. He gets knocked out by Curly, and then we don't know what happens. He's not shown after that. All the remaining bad guys are now caged up by the Synths in the same place the Synths were caged up earlier. You have Boy Cavalier still alive, left in a Jesus position. You have Kirsch, broken, but still in one piece, laying down. You have Dame Sylvia, terrified. You have Kirsch's robot, the bald robot man, who we find out is an android here, but doesn't really matter. He's an android for about 10 seconds, and then Wendy realizes, oh wait, I can control androids too, so she stops him like the Force. It's just, it's not that exciting. So he's in there. Morrow's in there. So now they're leaving them there. Wayland Yutani's attack ships and attack fighter planes and all that are landing on the island right now. So there's an invasion starting. And the alien and its little baby alien friend, the one that popped out of the Arthur last week, I think they're about to feast on the caged humans. But no, we don't see that. Everyone's left alive. Not only that, but Kirsch isn't human, and Morrow, in previous episodes, we've seen the alien has zero interest in him. Because he's part android, whatever. So they're leaving it open for season 2. All these characters can come back. Maybe some will, some won't. But there's no payoff. The few deaths we get are people that don't really matter. The irony is that Arthur, who had one of the more impactful deaths in the series, they kept showing his corpse on the beach, and then you find out at the end the eye alien overtakes his body and walks off. Now, these things don't exist in the future movies, so we have to assume that the eye alien, that something happens in season 2 if there is one. So I don't know why they're leading toward that. Anyway, let's get into... Here's some things that we never had any resolution on. I'll get more in depth on these and more in case, as I think of them, because I'm going to rewatch the whole series. But for now, these are the ones that we never really received any resolution on that were brought up in the final episode. The mold. The men spraying the mold. What was that about? We still have no idea. The weird design on the Hermit alien itself. Was that the mold? Was it not? We have no idea. We still don't know Morrow's motivations. Why does he really care at this point? Why is he trying to burn down Prodigy, as he said? Anything with Curly. We don't understand why she thinks she was the favorite. Why she cares if she was the favorite. What it matters. Blah. Anyway. And Wendy is mad at her brother, but Nibs isn't dead. So Wendy basically has this division with her brother from the last episode where Nibs was about to kill another person, and her brother shot Nibs. It looked like Nibs was dead the way Wendy reacted, but no, Nibs is fine. It looked like she just got knocked out. She's no worse for wear. She doesn't have any injuries, no broken arms or anything. So she's still mad at her brother for basically saving someone's life. And Smee actually points this out to her. He says, hey, she was killing someone. And Wendy's like, so? So? And it's really, I know it's childish, but it's like, Wendy seems like she would be more mature than that. So that's a little unfortunate. And then here's my section called Things That Were Shoehorned In. All of a sudden, on the last episode, 8 episodes in, Boy Cavalier has ADHD medicine, and that's what makes him act bizarre. That's just completely thrown in out of nowhere. They're like, you better make sure to take your not be crazy pills, sir, because if not, you'll start acting crazier than usual. And he doesn't act any different than he did the rest of the series, even though he throws the pills. So I don't know why that was wedged into the series. Like I mentioned a week ago, the security guard with the red hair was, mad at people for wanting to go AWOL, and now she wants out. That was just, well, it seemed like a real weird change out of nowhere. Maybe seeing someone's jaw get ripped off changed her opinion. I don't know. Why do the kids want to haunt the soldiers? I don't remember the soldiers messing with the kids. I don't believe that was the case at all. Maybe I missed something, but why would they put them in an elevator and mess with them? Why would they do anything to mess with the soldiers? If anything, I know that the kids felt like they were safe from everything in the facility at that point, I guess, but why are they just randomly torturing people? I don't get that. And again, Boy Cavalier being a killer, the fact that he killed his dad, who cares? Doesn't matter. He's done a lot of bad things in this series. That really matters not. Also, why do they want the? Why are they tormenting them? What happened to the android eating alien? That thing was built up, if not last episode, 2 episodes ago, as, oh my god, this is an actual threat to the synths and to the androids and all that stuff. Yeah, it got caged up, and we haven't seen it since. It didn't matter. It's ironic that I know they wanted to, maybe the phrasing of Alien Earth is that the Earth is alien to the synths are the aliens on Earth, who knows. But the aliens themselves took a real back seat in this series, and that, at points it was okay, but by the last episode you figured that it was going to have some type of climax and exciting conclusion, and it just kind of sputtered to the finish line. I think really relying on the fact that they're expecting a season 2. So I went into the show extremely apprehensive. I enjoyed the first few episodes, and now I'm leaving it just as apprehensive, if not more so, than when I started. So take with that as what you will. I'm a huge Alien fan, and I'll watch anything they put out. But it does feel to me like they took some of the best aspects from the worst movies and put them into the show. And I'll get more in depth on that on my full series or season review coming out soon. So let me know what you thought in the comments. As always, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Take care.